What are we gonna do tonight, O.C.G?
Well, the same thing we try to do every night, Bertrum. Take over the world. I mean, YouTube. Take over YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer, joined once again by my faithful manservant / factotum Bertrum. Say hello, Bertrum.
Hello, Bertrum.
And this is my re-review for Outriders New Horizon. So, dear viewer, don't you dare forget to subscribe to this channel. Now, Outriders was originally released a little over a year ago. And what a year it has been. My Uncle Roderick was committed to an insane asylum. My brother Edwin was arrested for shoplifting a rubber duck from a store, and then for putting said rubber duck up his backside.
Oh, yuck!
And how can I forget my personal highlight of the last 365 days? Meeting Dracula in the toilet of a Starbucks.
Oh, I met Jesus in a bakery once.
No you didn't, Bertrum.
Oh, that's right. I didn't.
Yes. Anyway, so what the hell is Outriders, or Outriders New Horizon, as it is now known? Well, I'm so glad you asked, dear viewer.
I didn't hear anything.
Shut up, Bertram. Now I am going to be honest with you, dear viewer. Before playing the game for the first time, I thought the word Outriders referred to dogging. Now, I had stayed away from all marketing, didn't watch a single trailer. For all I knew, this game was going to be a biopic of Adolf Hitler not committing suicide at the end of World War II, but rather finding a time machine and traveling back to 1888, where he befriends Jack the Ripper and hatches a plot to murder Queen Victoria. Yes, and it turns out this game is, well, it's nothing like what I just described, which is disappointing. I would like to play that game.
What does dogging mean? Does it have anything to do with poodles?
Well, if poodles go to car parks and have sex with strangers, then yes.
What is a car park?
Oh, never mind, Bertram. So, Outriders was developed by People Can Fly, which is probably the most unrealistic name for a game developer I have ever heard. People cannot fly, as demonstrated by Hans Gruber at the end of Die Hard. So, story. Now, from what I could gauge, the story concerns, something about an altar. No, altered. And Outriders. Altered and Outriders doing something. Cooking? I think someone mentioned cooking. No? Okay, let's take this seriously. For a few moments at least. Now, the game's story reminded me of Alien Covenant. Not just because we play as a member of a crew who land on a distant planet in the hope that it can be a new home for humanity, but also because not 10 minutes after landing on this planet, one of the crew gets infected with some alien biological material thing, and our character is attacked by an alien, or as our character calls them, cow things. Now what follows is a storm that kills most of our crew and imbues the rest with superhuman powers. Our character is then put into cryosleep and awakens 30 years later to find themselves in a war. Now, overall, I enjoy the story, even if it is a basic sci-fi plot akin to Mass Effect. Well, haha, Mass Effect, except our character in Outriders is not ridden with numerous STDs, unlike a certain Commander Shepard, who I understand is named in the Guinness Book of Records as the galaxy's biggest whore. Haha.
Didn't you queue up for 6 hours to buy Mass Effect Andromeda when it was first released?
Yes, I did.
Weren't you bored standing around for 6 hours to buy such a piece of poo-poo game?
Firstly, I actually like Andromeda, so it's not poo-poo, as you have so eloquently called it. And secondly, queuing up wasn't that bad. It gave me time to write a strongly worded letter to my MP complaining about our neighbour Nigel's bad hygiene. So I suppose every cloud does indeed have a silver lining. Haha. Anyway, back to the review. An alien planet. A catastrophe that gifts your character with superhuman powers. Now you might be forgiven for thinking this is a Fantastic Four origin story. But you would be wrong, because there hasn't been a good Fantastic Four video game since, 2000? No, that one was bollocks. Since 1998, no, that one was also bollocks. Because there has never been a good Fantastic Four video game.
When you first played this game, wasn't it riddled with technical problems?
Yes. But like a baby, the game at launch was probably just suffering teething problems. Haha. Though, I would be horrified if a baby crashed the amount of times this game did. Haha. Well, not unless said baby was drink driving. So, gameplay. Now, Outriders is a third-person shooter a la Gears of War, The Division, or an average day in the life of an American high school delinquent. Now, the game also has some light RPG elements. And for those of you who don't know what RPG means, neither do I. Ha ha! Now, the basic structure of the game is as follows. Go here, shoot lots of enemies, switch to better weapons and gear. Go here, shoot lots of enemies, fight boss, switch to better weapons and gear. Go here. I think you get the point. Does that make the game repetitive? Absolutely. Does it make the game boring? Absolutely not. On the contrary, I had oodles of fun playing Outriders. But bear in mind I also enjoy these types of games. And I also enjoy a good massage from a prostitute. I mean, a masseuse. But that is besides the point. There are also some nice boss fights that... Oh, haha, I'm sorry. Did I say boss fights? I meant bullet sponges. Anyway, there are some nice bullet sponges that are more epic than making love to a WWE wrestler inside a volcano while listening to the Doom Eternal soundtrack. Oh, and speaking of the boss fights, the villain's name in this game rhymes with Bollock, which is rather appropriate considering his boss fight is a pain in the balls. Speaking of balls, I was glad to see the game, like so many others, features character customization. But sadly, there is no option to customize your genitalia, which I cried about for about 10 seconds before realizing that if I actually modeled my character's genitalia after my own, then my entire playthrough would consist of the female characters pointing at my character's nether region and laughing uncontrollably.
Ha ha!
Stop pointing at my nether regions, Bertrum.
Oh, sorry.
So, what else can I tell you about the game, dear viewer? Oh yes! Let's go over the game's flaws. And let's do it with a very simple running joke. So, Bertrum, ask me what I thought about certain things in the game, and I'll answer with the same hilarious response each time.
Okay. How is the voice acting?
Well, haha. I've heard better voice acting in a commercial for Tampax.
Oh, haha. How is the graphics?
Well, I've seen better graphics in a commercial for Tampax.
Oh, haha. How is the music?
Well, I've heard better music in a commercial for Tampax.
Haha.
No, actually, the music is rather good, though. In fact, I think it was composed by the same chap who did the jingle for that hemorrhoid cream advert I like. How did it go again? Oh yes! Hemorrhoids, making your bum bleed. Hemorrhoids, this cream is what you need. Ha ha! Moving on. Now this isn't really a negative, but every time you enter and or exit a cutscene, the game would jarringly fade to black, making me think that the game was about to end, or crash, or burst into flames. Now I understand that's probably down to my own anxiety, but still, I feel I must blame the game for said anxiety. I mean, I'm hardly going to blame myself for something that is clearly my problem. What a foolish idea! So, in conclusion, I liked Outriders when I played it a year ago, and I still think this is a fun little game. Though, I still think that Hitler time travel game is a good idea.
We should make it.
Yes, we shall. And we shall call it, aha! Back to the Führer. Therefore, I'm going to give Outriders New Horizon an 8 out of 10. Well, haha, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. My re-review for Outriders. If you enjoyed this little review of mine, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then, feel free to give me a thumbs down. Don't you dare forget to subscribe to this channel and like this video. But remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Say goodbye, Bertram.
Goodbye, Bertram.
I tell you, aren't I so clever, Bertram? Back to the Fuhrer.
I don't get it.
You know, like Back to the Future, but it's Back to the Never mind, Bertram. Are you still here? Go away! I'm sure you've got something better to do with your time. No, seriously, piss off! Be gone! Au revoir! Auf Wiedersehen! Bye! What in the hell is wrong with you? Go away! Vacate this space! Hit the cross at the top of the screen! The video is done! It's over! It's finito! It's caputo!